everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, anywhere you're joining us from. Welcome to today's section. So, we are going to continue in our cloud resume series challenge. The challenge has been on for a week now. We started it last weekend. Today again to review our section and what we have done so far. Hi, Adekbeju. Welcome to today's section. So we have we are starting immediately, and we are here today again to learn some few things about how we can get our project up to Microsoft Azure and have our storage system to be a code repository to be in GitHub. So today we are going to essentially talk about how you can start creating your resources on Microsoft Azure. For the sake of those joining us for the first time, over the week we had some calls that people want to join afresh. So that will force us to at least briefly touch what we have done, what we did last week. So now I'm going to immediately go down. Like I said last week, we do not have slides for this section. Please confirm if you can hear me clearly. Please say hi if you can hear me clearly. So we have a okay, you can hear me clearly, Adikbeji. Welcome. So while we take a little time we can use a little while to wait for others that will be joining us. So we are here today. Since Taiwo, welcome. I'm becoming familiar with everybody. So I'm becoming familiar with everybody. I have with me the moderator, in person of Mercy. Mercy, you are welcome. You were a bit late and we don't have time like that.
Network. It's I don't understand what happened. I've been trying to connect since. But
okay. Okay, so let's quickly jump into the section for today. So today we are going to right? Okay, sorry about that. Apology while I fix my sound, please. Hello, can you hear me now? Is my voice still echoing? Please confirm. So we have today we'll just quickly go over a little briefly what was done last week. For the sake of those just joining us, over the weekend we had some calls that people would like to join and all that. So we want to briefly touch that. And today, last week we created some Azure resources, and we are going to quickly do that for the sake of joining us newly. So let's quickly go to a Microsoft Azure portal. If you are with me, like I said before, this is a challenge and it involves practical. There is no slide to share. All you have to do is to log in with me to azureportal.com, portal.azure.com, and quickly go into. If you have not with, I would suggest that you download Azure CLI straight to your system so that you'll be able to get along with me. I prefer to use Azure CLI right from my PowerPoint. No, sorry, right from my PowerShell, from my local system. That would be faster than going all over to Azure portal. So if you want to log in with me to Azure portal by using the AZ login command, what we are going to create today essentially is going to be Azure storage. We are also going to create resource group to hold those resources. We are also going to create a local repository from our local system, then to Git and all that. Please check this link is broken. Which of the link is broken is? Okay, is it possible to change my team? Okay, Azure team background will be right. Okay, that is fantastic. Okay, I've turned it to white so that people can see it. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm looking for where I can change the background to a white background. Maybe, okay, light is okay. So, can you all see me now clearly? Can you all see the portal now clearly? I believe this is better. So, please, app subwebs, which link is broken, please? Okay, so we are going to quickly go into download. I'm going to show you Azure CLI downloads and install. We'll drop the link. CLI for Windows. So this is where to download it. I'll drop the link into the chat section.
You might need to change your background.
No. About it, this is the background I'm working from. I'm working from this particular background. The other one is the chat section. I'm dropping the link for you to download. Quickly download your Azure CLI directly into your window. And once you do that, open with me to PowerShell and launch it. Then initiate the AZ login command. And the first thing we are going to create today will be Azure Resource Group. And that quickly will be done by So we are going to create that with the command az create, az group create. So we all know what resource group is, and it's a logical folder that will hold our Azure resources. The way you create, you can have it to be resume challenge. RG. Then the location could be anywhere. Location. I usually use West US too, but you can use anyone. Feel free. So when that is done, we will have our resource group created. And the second thing we'll create will be Azure Storage. Azure Storage account. Resource group has been created. So we'll move down to Azure Storage. Azure Storage account create, and we'll have the name to be web storage. Could be web storage because we are using it for a specific website. And we have the resource group to be the one we used before, the one we just created. I'm sure a lot of people must have gone past this, but for the sake of those joining us new, we have to carry them along. The resource group is cloud. Let's create one now. Resource group is cloud. Okay. What's the name of that? Resume challenge. RG. So we have moved to location should be this. It could be the same with the one we just created. West US 2 was the one I used before. The storage SKU. SKU should be standard and locally redundant storage. So with this, we now create our storage account. So having done that, we'll wait for that to be done. And quickly, we don't have time. Quickly. Okay. There's an omission here. The name flag wasn't specified. Let's come here to the name. Web storage. So let's quickly go over to our GitHub account. I'm going to also change this background to a white background so that everybody can see. Don't mind me, I like black. I like just making it dim. So this is my GitHub repository. First of all, yes, I can hear you. What any?
Okay, there's a message for Mac users to use Brew up in the chat. Yes.
Okay, for Mac users, use Brew updates. Okay, that is good. Thank you very much for updating that. Okay, storage account name already taken. So this one thing we must note is that storage account in Azure is a global resources. So we must note that whenever it is taken, you cannot create that again. So you have O1 or just add number to it. The display is not very clear. Maybe you zoom your system because actually have the highest. So we have for Mac user use Brew and as instructed in the chat section. So we'll quickly create the local folder on the screen. You can make sure that you don't space it too much, resume challenge, because you can use dash. Okay, let's start it work. Cloud resume challenge. We have our local folder here on the desktop right here. So we'll go to GitHub. Let's quickly check if our PowerShell has created. What is that? Name has been taken already. Okay. Well, so no name is ready. It's available again. Okay, let me try another name. I can just say 1, 2.
You know, you created one last week.
No, I didn't use this name. It might be one of the participants I was taking the name anyway. I didn't use this name. Okay, let me quickly change that to a different name. I added 012 to it. I believe this is available. This should be available. So let's quickly go to GitHub and create a remote repository as well. To create a repository, just go. This is the plus sign from your right, close to avatar. Then new repository. We have this cloud resume challenge. The name is available and is checked. So you can put description, you may not put it. It depends on you. Then you make it public. If you make it private, nobody on the internet will be able to see your repository. But if you make it public, everybody will see it. So we have that. You can add README. README is very important because README will actually explain what your project is all about. That's why they need to add README. You can see that our storage has been created. So that is done. I believe we also create this. So we have that. So you can add license git ignore. Since we will be editing our code with Visual Studio, you can search for Visual Studio git ignore commands and select it. Then the license, I actually use MIT license. And after that, you create. The repository has been created. So we'll move down to, you can clone it, but since we already created a local repository, this is the local repository that we created here. So what we are going to do now, I usually use, I don't know how many of you has this terminal, this Git bash terminal installed on your system. So if you have Git bash terminal, open it. If you do not have, just go to Visual Studio Code on your system and click on terminal, then select the project. You can go to terminal here, then select the folder that you, first of all, add the project folder. Like for instance, if I want to use Visual Studio, add the folder, cloud challenge is it, empty folder. So we'll add it to the Visual Studio Code. Once you add that, you go to terminal and new terminal, then select that folder, which is this. Mind you, you have to switch from PowerShell to Bash. Ensure that you have installed Git Bash on your system. Once that is done, select Git Bash. So you see the stub will change to Git Bash. We now have the same interface, the same coloring text that we have in the terminal. But for faster initialization, use yes. So we use
there's a message in the chat to press Control Plus, and I agree. The screen is quite tiny. Control Plus, keep increasing it. I'll tell you to stop. Yes.
Okay.
Control
Don't
Plus.
worry. I know what to do. I'm coming. Okay.
Yes, much better.
It's better, right? It's better now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'm also going to increase the display of my Chrome as well, so that we can all see. This is a PowerShell portal array. So I'm going to make it 150 so that we can all see it. I believe it's better a little now. So on GitHub repository, it's already better. Okay, thank you very much for that.
Do you want to recap what you have done so that people can easily follow you more? A quick recap.
Okay, for those joining us newly, like I said, we don't have much time. So the first thing that we created is a resource group to hold our resources together. The logical folder, we all know what resource group is. Except you are a totally new person to Azure. But if you are a new, resource group is simply a logical folder that organizes and hold your resources on Azure. So that's what we created first. Secondly, we created Azure Storage Account. Azure Storage Account is where we will enable our static website that will hold our website, that will host our website. So that is the step that we are in now. So thirdly, we created a local folder, a local project folder on the desktop of our system, local system. After that, we'll go to, for the sake of the fun stuff, I will be doing everything through Visual Studio Code today. So we have this. Already, you can see the project folder is already directly into the terminal. I am already in my project folder, Cloud Resume Challenge. Yeah, you can see my directory is desktop. So I would like you to navigate that using the CD command to navigate that to the project folder. So we are going to initialize this folder so that Git will recognize it. As it is now, Git does not recognize this local folder. So what we need to do is to initialize it. So we have that. When you do this, you initialize the Git. is being initialized now. So the branch that I'm in is directly master branch. So now what we need to do now is we have our project folder, which the other day I asked that we get the template for resume, which is free of charge. It's available free of charge. So in case you have not downloaded yours, I'm going to paste the link on our chat section so you can quickly go and do that. So this is the link to download the project template. I'm also going to paste it on my browser and also download it afresh. So I want everybody to follow along. Angular template is a little bit fun. I love this template. So if you can select from varieties, we have a lot of varieties here. So I'm downloading that away. So that is being downloaded. So this is our remote repository. So we will go to, let's go to Azure to confirm if our storage account has been created. We go to all resources. This is it. So it has been created and it's stored directly into the resource group that we just created. So we are going to open it. By default, once a storage account is created, there's a container that comes with. We are going to also look at the storage account. We are going to also look at the, I've zoomed this stuff and let me reduce a little so that we can see. So we have Azure storage account here. Looking for the menu. And also go here, view it. Oh, let me reduce it because if I zoom it, this menu is being disappeared. The tab, the blade here is disappeared. So if you go straight to this place, through under data management, you see right there static website. So we are not going to enable it directly from Azure Portal because this challenge we do not authorize using the Azure Portal mostly. We are going to use a CLI command to enable the storage for a static website. So you do that by using this command. This is storage. Blob, it's a blob storage account in it. Blob service, property, update. And we have our storage account name to be web storage 012. And we will put a static website flag.
There's a request to increase the Windows fonts as well. More. The Windows PowerShell font.
Okay, let me see how that is possible.
I don't know. Is that possible?
Let me see how it should be possible.
If you have any questions, drop in the chat.
going to get that done. Okay. Okay, I believe there is a, under PowerShell. Let me cancel this totally. I will type it. Okay, large. So we'll go back into that. It's not taking effect. Okay, sorry, that font size. Okay, font. Okay, it's taking effect.
Much better.
Apology. This should be better now.
Yes.
Please continue. This is better. So we are going to go ahead and increase our and enable our storage account for static website. To do that, you type this command with me on the screen. As properties. Dash account. In this place, you're going to supply your storage account, the name of your storage account. Mine is web storage 012. We have that. Then you have to call up the static website flag. And index, then under the index document, you have to specify the index.html because that is where the, the, the website file is actually pointed to. So once you do that, you press enter, and that should enable it automatically. Ignore the warning; it's going to go ahead and enable it. So if you go to this place and refresh Azure Portal, you should be able to see. We should be able to see that for that. I'm going to increase the font size a little. Oh, let me come back. So we have static website now under data management. See, it has been enabled. This is the flag of index.html document that we call. This place you can maybe just put error dot 404.html. Then when that is done, you save it. Now we have our local repository here. I'm sure by now my template must have finished downloading. So I'll go to that and extract it. Extract it to the desktop environment. That has been extracted. Okay. Looking for So we will paste that in this place. Here's the file. Okay, while that is done, let's
If anyone has a question, please drop it in the chat, okay?
so we have it here now. I'm going to extract the file to desktop. It's already there, but I can't locate it immediately.
Maybe you didn't say check your where it was downloaded. Imo, check where it was downloaded.
It's on that document. Okay, that is when you get the file on your own system. Okay, I'm going to extract this one. So now I have the web file here. Move this file that are here into I'm going to move this file, all of them as they are, move them to the folder that we created before, the local folder that we created. We are going to pull this up to GitHub immediately. So we have that. Now, if you check ls command and list the files, you see them here, right there. So we have the files on our local folder. So that being said, we'll go over to GitHub. This is our GitHub here. So we have the file now. So what we need to do now is to add those files to the GitHub repository. Then by using the git add command, git add dot, then space. It will add all of them. So when that is done, adding the file doesn't mean that directly GitHub recognizes we still need to commit and push it back. Right there, if you check this GitHub status by confirming if they are there, use status command. You see that the files have been added, all of them have been added. Let me pull this a little and see if I can expand this. Take this off. So we have all the files added to a staging environment, and they're on track right now. So we have we need to commit these files with the git commit command. And one thing I want to let everybody know is that if you are working in a very big project, most time you may need to have a long comment to add. So in that case, when you say git commit, if you press your enter, it will open up a new tab in your editor is Visual Studio Code. So this place we can have the chance of adding long commit messages for your team to really understand. But we are not going to do that for you. I'm just showing you this. So we close that up, and we didn't add that message. So we are going to add it now. So we have git commit -m. Then the message should be a push added project folder, added project files, just like that, with inverted commas. Then once you do that, you press enter. All of them will be added immediately. Then once they're added, the next thing now is to push these files to our remote repository. And remember that GitHub is no longer and he is no longer master as a branch. GitHub branch now is main. So we're going to switch this branch into the main branch so that our commit can, when we push our code, it can go straight. So what we need to do is to check out this branch with the git checkout command. Then we check out okay, git checkout branch, git branch. Let me check out the master branch. Check out master. Okay, I'm already in master, so I'm going to check out git branch. The main branch is where we are going because in GitHub we no longer we're going to use the F flag to force it to change it. So we now have the git checkout. Git checkout main. So we have switched the branch to main branch now. So what we need to do now is to push our files now with the push command. We now do git push origin. And so for you to confirm if you are actually, we can use git status to see if the branch and to also check if everything is okay. So we now know that okay, we are main branch. So we go to git push. When we push this, if you put the origin, or we can also check git remote. First of all, we have not called up our remote repository, and that is what we need to do now before we can push. Otherwise, it won't go. So what we need to do is to call up pull the remote repository up and come to this thing by using the git remote repository command. So we have that to so we'll do git remote add origin. Then we will go to this place, copy this link, and add. Then we are now connected with the remote repository. So now if we push our work from the local repository to the remote repository, we'll have it there now. Then we'll do git push origin main. We are in the main branch. Let's see what will happen. Rejected. Okay, let's do something now. I think there's a mesh conflict. Okay, let's git fetch. Origin main and see what happens. Okay, we have done the git fetch. So now we would repeat the command to push it and see what will happen. Still fail. First tip of the branch behind. Okay. Let's see if we can set up upstream with the. Let's switch back to this status. Let's see git remote. V to see whether we are directly pointing there. We are directly in the repository. So okay, this is I will check out back to the master branch. We have the master branch, then we can now, let's say, git status. Okay. Are we all following? If you have questions, please feel free to drop it at the chat section. So we have a that on the screen, and let's resolve the mesh conflict. Or due to our time, I believe you can work this out on your system. Once there's a mesh conflict on my own end, but on your own system, it might not be like this. So I'm going to rectify this at my own. But let's go over on how we can also push our web content to Azure storage straight without having to, because the goal is to have both web content on Azure portal, Azure storage, and also to have it on GitHub. Then set up a GitHub workflow to authenticate the automatic update from your local system. So we have, having had this, we'll go to a place called container under data storage. If you click here, once you click a GitHub Azure storage account, this default container will be created. This is where our website file will be installed. Now the website file is the container is right empty. So we'll go to our PowerShell terminal, PowerShell console, and clear up this. We're going to run this so that we'll be able to upload all our folders, project files into Azure Storage Container. So we are going to cd into the directory where your project file is kept, which is my own project file is directly at the desktop. We are there now. So once you are there, you are going to run this command to upload your files. So if you are uploading files one after the other, it will not make sense. It will not load. In fact, as a matter of fact, all the website files has to be in one folder for you to have the index.html displaying to the end user at the front end. So that is that we want to do now. Okay, we are going to do a blob bash upload now. So we use this command to upload the bash file. The H flag is the source. That is your local part. My own source is the local part on my own. This thing is in this folder. So I'm going to record the name here, which is a cloud resume challenge. So once you have that, we have the local part. What we need to do is the destination. Our destination should come before the source. The dash, the flag, I think it does not matter where the come. So we can put the D flag, which stands for destination. Destination is where is the container on Microsoft Azure storage account. That's the web container. Follow it by the way it is written there with a $sign web. So once you do that, you will now put the storage account name. In my own case, my storage account name is web storage 02. Web storage 02. So once you do that, you now press enter on your system. Let me enlarge this. Okay, that's actually threw in error. Let me take it back to, I think it was supposed to come before first. Or you can write it in full, but it does not really matter. If I minimize this, let me confirm that that name is what. So you should upload the file now.
Imo, I wanted to check if they have any question. Do you guys have any question?
Please, if you have any question, feel free to drop it there.
And Imo, I wanted us to quickly take a quick poll to find out if
hold on, I need to meet up with time. So I have this, we need to repeat the command. And see where is the storage blob upload batch. So that should be correct. Let's make this in full. So that's full, and we can also make this one the source to be in full. Let me to be able to see if this issue is up. This storage name. And we have the storage account name. Dot. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let's confirm this folder that the name is actually correct. Okay, if that is not, let me go out of this place. Go back to. The name is actually too much, it is long, so we can modify that name. I've already added it to, when we come to this place, remove it, take it out first in this place. So I'll modify this name to a single name. I will say web files. Web files. There already. Website file. Okay. Let me give it browsing. Okay. Open here. I'm going to exit this. Let me close out this one. His name is renamed now. So we have it, have that name to be a single name. So that's to avoid the error. Our resume is where the project files are stored. So once you have that, we go to the present tab. That is where the folder is. Okay. Maybe the argument is that this stuff should be all in small letters. Let me go out of the folder. Let me close the screen so it will be neater. And I'll rename this to small letters. record the code. So we have this to be this and change the name now. Okay, it's not still recognized. If you have question in your video, you can drop it. At what point do I start using PowerShell? Is it after downloading? You start using PowerShell when you want to is after installing your CLI command, and you can use it to authenticate with your Azure account. By that time, you must have an active subscription on Azure. Let me try the full part. The full part is we have to try the full part of this, which is
Promise left you a message. Imo.
I can see it. So we go to we need to switch back to the part which is the cloud resume. Let's try this. Now we now repeat that. See what happens. It still throw the error. So normally, if you are in this directory, supposed to upload. So okay, let's try something else. Let's do.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Makoli.
Okay, so we go out of this, and we are going to upload this now. So, how many of you have been able to push your content to GitHub? If you have done that, at least you have achieved that for today. So, but this one now, the path is the storage.
Okay, let's see your response. How many of you have been able to hit GitHub? Can you type yes in the chat, please? Imo, we have 6 minutes, and I thought we'd do a poll.
Upload page.
Thank you, Benga.
Source. We have the source to be. The source is where the store is installed. Okay. Destination is the web file, the web container, account name. My account name is web storage 012. So after that, Not much SSL. Okay. So let's quickly check. That will be troubleshoot on the Slack channel. So let's quickly go to what is the time? Okay, we have 4 minutes left. Our time is already up. So we have
I was thinking, can
let
you
me
hear me?
check the I can hear you. What?
I was thinking that we check with them, the participants, if which platform would they like? Do they like to engage from YouTube or would they like to jump on a Zoom or a team? Do you understand?
No,
Hi,
the
Sarah.
is live stream. Is live stream. So we have that up. Having let us go back and troubleshoot the GitHub. We add the folder. Okay.
Yes, the challenge is the same thing, Sarah. It's a continuation.
Starting my cloud with make, and then I will now do switch back to Git batch. We are in the ls command, so we have our distance there. We do git push. Let's check the remote to ensure that we are still in that particular place that we are supposed to be. So we now do git push. We have already initialized this already and added the commit message. Let's see what happens. Okay, this has been pushed.
Ima, 1 minute more to go.
We have the files pushed to GitHub. So let's go to our GitHub page and see what happened. You can troubleshoot the upload file, the bulk upload files to your listing. So we have this. We have the compare and pull request. The file we just push now. These are the files here. So if you have pushed your own, maybe if you're able to push yours directly to the main branch, that would be much better. Because this one, you are going to also come and be merging them. This is the master that has the file. It is the master that has the, which is the default branch. So we are going to go back to this place and do some. Let's switch back to. We have the main branch and switch back to. So let's forcefully see if we can push that git push. You have to add the distance. Current as an option set up. Okay, let's set up option for git push set option. There's a typo. There's no supposed to be face in this. So let's see what happens. Rejected. Okay, this particular place now. When you are faced with this issue, what we do is to be able to troubleshoot this. At least let's see if we can troubleshoot. It's already our past time. So let's see. How many of you are able to push your content to GitHub and all that? Okay, yes, put mine to main. Okay, good. Okay, so we have that. Okay, now let's quickly see how we can troubleshoot this. This actually help in case maybe you are facing this issue in your quickly before. I'm going to give myself like some minutes to see if we can troubleshoot this using the bin command and see how that can work.
Imo, there's a suggestion to add git add.
Oh, we have already added that. We have already added everything to we already added that. We already add. If you check the git status, you see that there's nothing remaining to add again. Nothing to. There's nothing in the tree. The tree is clean. So we get to. Let's quickly troubleshoot it. I'm going to bring the fix. So we have this. We will run this config match dot conflict v3. So let's see what this will happen. Set the prompt to false. And once we have that, we can now run git mesh 2 and see what happens.
Raphael says you have exceeded.
Git mesh 2. So we have.
Check the chat, Imo. And it's over 4 p.m.
So we have that. Let's quickly try this, then we'll go for today. Then we have Rafael to 10 past 4, please.
Imo, Raphael left a chat in WhatsApp.
Okay. So let's try again to git push this and see the conflict if it's good. Okay, so we will troubleshoot this in the Slack channel together. So we have come to the end of today, and what you have learned today, on your own, I'm sure maybe you are not having the mesh conflicts. If you are not having main conflicts, and also the bulk of load command should work. I don't know where the error is coming from here. The bulk of load command is what I just write this because once you are in the directory, you should go straight. So I don't know if there's any conflict on my system here. So we have come to the end of today. So we will continue in the Slack channel. Another one is that if you have not join our Slack channel, I would like you to personally reach out to me. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, maybe, so that I can add you up. To the Slack channel, and all that on your own time. When you are not having anything doing, you can build your resume, your files. You can edit your project files at your own spare time, and that will help us fasting to meet up with the deadline, which is 30th of July. And thank you everyone that has joined today, and hope to see you on the 9th. We are now having review section next Saturday. To be on the 9th that we will have it. So hope to see you then. Thank you very much.
Drop the link to join the Slack. Drop the link to join the Slack, the form, so that
once you meet me, send me your email. Or invite you to the Slack channel. So just connect with me on LinkedIn. And message me. I'll add you to the Slack channel. I'll invite you to join.
Well done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for joining us. And